Buzzer TV presents vintage game shows on Amazon.
Ace is high. Deuce is low. Call it right and win the dough on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And welcome to Card Sharks, a game of decisions. Thank you so much. We have a two-time champion, and we're about to meet a brand new challenger and start a best 2 out of 3 match, so let's get to the cards. Janice and Ann, if you will, start loading in the cards, please. And while they're doing that, we'll meet our players on Card Sharks. Hello there, Joe Wilson. Two-time champion with $2,400 won, but you haven't done so well with the money cards.
No. Last time the cards were a little better, but just until the end.
But you're still doing well, $2,400?
Yeah.
Still here.
Yeah.
And we're welcoming a new challenger for the first time. This is Rena Crockett. Hello, Rena. Welcome. Is it Rena or Rena? Rena. Tell us about yourself.
I'm single. I live here in Los Angeles for about 7 years, and I've just recently started a new business, bird sitting.
I beg your pardon?
Bird sitting.
Bird sitting.
Yeah.
What kind of business is bird sitting?
People go on vacation, they have a friendly little bird, and I take care of it.
You take them out and just let them visit a statue someplace in the park or something?
I fly around the house, give them bags, feed them.
Terrific. I hope it works
Take
out
them on
well for you, Rena. Good luck in the match. I hope your business goes well.
Thank you.
Each player has their own deck of 52 playing cards, and they're shuffled and cut before we go on the air. The red cards on the top will be played by our champion, Joe. The lower cards, the blue cards, to be played by the challenger, Rena. Now, the object of the game is to work your way across the board, predicting whether each of these cards is higher or lower than the one that precedes it. Before you can begin calling high-low on the cards, you have to answer a high-low toss-up question. They're all based on a poll of 100 people, and they test your ability to judge human nature. See how that thing comes out automatically? It's amazing. We'll start with a question to you, Joe. We asked 100 women in California, are you turned on by muscular men like Mr. Universe? How many women said they were?
Well, living in California and having a lot of women who are turned on to me, and I'm not very muscular, I'm going to say that 50 women
50?
would say yes.
Joe's going right up the middle. He says 50 out of 100 women say that they are turned on by muscular men like Mr. Universe. Higher or lower, Rena?
That's difficult. They repulse me personally.
Yeah?
I can't stand it.
You're my kind of woman, Rena.
I like skinny men. You know, I mean, I'm skinny. What can I tell you?
What do you say? Higher or lower?
A little bit lower, I think.
You say lower than that?
I don't think that many women like that.
No? All right. If it is lower, you'll go to the board first. If not, Joe gets first crack at the cards. The actual number of women who said they were turned on by muscular men is 15. It's lower. Rena. Yes. Oh, there's hope for us skinny guys.
Yes.
Rena, we'll take a look at your base card. Now, you won the high-low toss-up, so you have the right to change this base card if you'd like. We're starting with a king.
Oh, that's terrific. I'm going to keep it and go lower.
Next card you say is lower than a king. Remember, if it's another king you lose, it must be lower than a king. It is a 10. Rena, at this point, you can freeze or you can continue calling high-low all the way across the board. But I caution you, make a mistake, you lose all the cards back to your base card, and Joe gets a free chance at his cards. What's it going to be?
I'm going to try one more and go lower.
Lower than a 10. It is a 4, very much lower.
Perfect. I'm going to do it again and go higher.
Higher than a 4. It's another 4. It's not higher. You lose all 3 cards, and as I said, that gives Joe a free chance at his cards. Joe, you didn't win the question. You must play this card. It is a 6. Call this.
I'm going to say higher, Jim.
Higher than a 6. It's
Okay.
a king.
We'll continue on. The next card is going to be lower.
Lower than a king. It's a jack.
Okay? It's a good card, so I'll continue, and I'll say the next card is going to be lower, Jim.
Rena couldn't get over this hurdle. Can you? Lower than a jack. It's a 7.
I'll freeze.
You'll freeze. We'll move the freeze bar over. And they can't take those cards away from you, Joe. You need just 1. Janice will fill in the spaces, please, for Rena. She needs 4 cards. Remember, the first player to get to the end of the board wins the game in $100. $100 for each game. Best 2 out of 3. The winner of the match. On to the money cards and the big money. Rena, We asked 100 secretaries, do you resent having to bring your boss coffee? How many secretaries said they do resent it?
I've been in that position. Sometimes I've resented it, and sometimes I haven't. But I think 50 is a good number. I think some of them do, but some of them just consider it part of the job.
So you say 50. Higher or lower than 50? Resent it.
She put me in a terrible spot by going right in the middle. I'm going to have to say a little lower.
You say lower.
Lower, Jim, yeah.
The actual number of secretaries who said they resent bringing their boss coffee is 31. It's lower, Joe.
Okay. Let's change that. Oh, don't want
Now
that
you
at
can
all.
change that 7, and this time we have an 8. Not a good change. Make the call, Joe.
I'm going to go with the odds, Jim, and say the next card's going to be higher.
Higher. If this is higher than an 8, you have the first game in the match. If not, Rena still has a chance at it. Higher than an 8 for the win. It's a 4. No. Could not do it. And Rena, play off this king and call this card.
Lower.
Lower than a king. It's an 8.
I'm going to freeze.
And you'll freeze. And we'll go to the next question to you, Joe. We asked 100 Californians in a secret poll. Secret poll. Have you ever swiped any silverware from a restaurant? How many confessed that they had?
I think that used to be very popular, but I don't think it's very popular anymore, Jim. I'm going to say 15.
15.
Said that they have.
Rena, 15 out of 100, he says, have swiped.
Silverware.
Higher or lower?
A lot of people take ashtrays, but I wonder how many people take silverware.
Silverware. What do you say?
I'll go higher.
You're going to go higher. The actual number of Californians who admitted they swiped silverware from a restaurant is 28. It's higher, Rena. And now I know why it's so expensive. Get rid of that card. Changing the 8 to a 5.
Oh, that's better. I'll say higher.
Higher than a 5. It's a 6.
I'm going to go again and say higher.
Higher than a 6. It's an 8.
Lower.
Lower than an ace for the win. It is a 7. You did it, Rena. Clear the board, Janice, if you will. Game number 1 of the Challenger. Congratulations on $100. If Joe wants to win a 3rd championship, he needs 2 in a row. Can he do it? We'll find out right after this. Well, Rena's got the first game of the match, and Joe, you were saying you've been behind in every match.
Every match.
And here we go again.
But I'm confident.
All right, Janice, if you will, let's load in the cards. Same 2 decks of cards. These are the cards right off the top of the deck where we left off. Rena, start with a question to you. We asked 100 men in California. Oh, have you ever been to a massage parlor? How many men admitted they had?
I think about 45. I don't think that it's extremely high.
45. Joe, higher or lower?
Okay, if it were New York, I would say a lot higher, but since it's California, I'm going to say lower.
You say lower.
Sure.
A little disagreement in the audience. The actual number of men who have been to a massage parlor is 22. It's lower, much lower, Joe. You got it. And, Joe, you're starting that uphill struggle from behind with this base card. It is a 10. Do you want it?
I'd like to change it, Jim.
Let's see if we can change it for the better. It's
All
a
right.
2.
Okay. Next card's going to be higher.
Higher than a 2. It's an ace.
All the way. Next card is going to be lower, Jim.
Lower than an ace. A queen.
Yes. I'll continue, Jim, and I'll say the next card is going to be lower.
Lower than a queen. It's a 7.
And I will freeze.
Now we'll freeze it, needing just 1 card and keeping Rena away from her cards. Joe, the question goes to you. We asked 100 women in a small town in Idaho. Are you afraid to go out alone in the street at night? How many women said they were?
Small town of Idaho. Well, because I don't remember any crime capitals being in Idaho, I'm going to say 90.
How many?
90.
90 are afraid to go
I'm
out.
sorry, are afraid.
Yes, how many are afraid?
I'm sorry. 10 are afraid to go out.
10 are afraid. Joe says that 10 out of 100 women are afraid to go out alone in the street at night.
I think he's right that it would be low, but I do think it's a bit higher than that.
You say it's a little higher than that. The actual number of those Idaho women who said they were afraid to go out alone is 1. It's lower, not higher. 1. She may have been the only nice-looking girl in that town, Joe.
I'd like to change my base card.
All right, here's that all-important change. It is a 9.
Jim, I'm going to go with the odds, and I'm going to say it's going to be lower.
Lower. If this is lower than a 9, we have a tied match. Lower than a 9, it's
All
a
right.
4. We've done it. Tied it up. Tied it up 1-1. Clear the board, Janice, and we'll get set up for the tiebreaker. Joe with $100, Rena with $100, and the tiebreaker we play with just 3 questions and 3 cards up there as we move the board over there, please, if you will.
It's always so easy when you're at home.
Yes, when you're at home, it's easy. Here, the pressure is on. Control, very important with just 3 questions. Rena, we asked 100 women in California, from time to time, do you smoke a cigar? How many women said they do?
Oh, that's, I think, very low. I don't think most women like them. 4.
How many?
4.
4. 4 smoke a cigar from time to time. Joe, higher or lower?
Oh, my gosh. Doesn't give me much to work with. I don't think many women do, but I'm going to have to go with the odds again and say higher.
Higher.
Yeah.
The actual number of women who said they smoke a cigar is 4. Right on the button, Rena. And you've got that all-important control, Rena. We'll look at your base card. You've got a 4, fittingly enough.
Fitting.
You want it?
I'll stay with it and go higher.
You're going to play that 4 and
Yeah.
say higher.
Uh-huh.
Higher than a 4. It's a 2. It's not higher. Joe, this happened yesterday, as I believe, and we go with this card, a base card, a 2.
Definitely higher, Jim.
Higher than a 2. It is a 7 now.
Jim, I don't like the 7, but we're down to the tiebreaker. I'm going to go, and I'm going to say higher.
Higher. This is it. If this is higher, you have won your 3rd championship. If not, Rena's still in it. Higher than a 7. It's a 3. No! Could not do it. Fill in the spaces. We'll go to the next question. You got in the same position in the last show, Joe. Let's see what happens this time. Joe, we asked 100 people in a previous studio audience, have you ever shaken hands with the President of the United States? A President of the United States. How many said they had?
I don't think many people have shaken hands with the President of the United States. I'm going to say 3.
3. Rena?
Very rare, and I'm going to say lower.
Lower than 3. The actual number of people who said they have shaken hands with the President of the United States is 7. It's not lower, Joe. Wow. Presidents get around.
We'll play these cards, and I'll say higher.
Higher than a 2. It is a 10.
I don't like the 10, but I'm still going to go, and I'm going to say lower.
For the win. Lower than a 10. It's a 9. He did it. He did it. You made another one of your incredible comebacks, Joe. Rena, thank you so much for joining us. Joe, come on down here with me. We'll be right back with the money cards right after this. That's a 3rd. Joe Wilson, our champion, now winning $2,600. But the money cards haven't done you too well so far.
Not too well. But we're going to do better this time.
What happened the last time you bet how much on one card?
Oh, goodness, I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, $5,000 bet, everything going for you, and they fell the wrong way.
That's right. That's right.
Let's do better this time.
Okay.
Let's open the board. Get to the money cards. Here we go, Joe. All right, Joe, you just won $200 again playing the game. Yours to keep. Now, going to give you brand new money to play with, and this time you're going to bet that money, starting on the bottom line with $200. Bet that as you wish on these 3 cards. When you move up to the 2nd level, we add another $200 of betting money, and again, you've got 3 cards to bet with. $50 minimum bets until you get to that top card, the big bet. There you must bet at least half the money. Let's go.
Okay.
$200. And as in the game, a choice of 2 base cards. We'll start with an 8.
No, I don't like the 8. Let's change that.
All right, I've got to play the next one. It is a 5. All right, that's a better card. See,
Okay,
I
the
got
5's a bit
little
better.
nervous there, but that's not a bad card. You've got $200 and a 5, Joe.
Okay, I'm going to bet $100 that the next card is higher.
Remember, as in the game, if it's another 5 you lose, it must be higher than a 5. $100 higher. It's a 6. Ooh. Here we go again.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm going to go with my luck. I'm going to bet another $100 that the next card is higher.
The odds get a little tighter now. $100 higher than a 6. It's a 3.
Okay, it's a good card.
That's all right. You're down at 200, but you got a good card here. The 3. We can build it up.
I'm going to bet $200 the next card is higher, Jim.
$200. The whole thing.
$200.
Higher than a 3. It's a
Okay.
queen, very much higher. Now we're moving. $400. The queen moving up here. We add the other $200. Joe, you've got $600 and a queen.
Jim, I'm going to take the $200 you just gave me and bet that the next card is going to be lower.
Lower than a queen. $200 lower. It's a
Okay.
king. All right, yeah, not a bad trade though. $400 you've got. You've got a king. There are 3 cards to go. You can still build it up. What are you going to do?
I had a feeling about the king, but I have the same feeling. The next card is going to be lower for $400.
Whole thing. All or nothing. All right. $400 lower than a king. It's
Okay.
a 2. That's the way to do it. Very much lower. Now we got $800 and a 2.
Jim, I'm going to go the entire 800. The next card is going to be definitely higher.
$800 higher than a 2. It's a 4. $1,600 with a good card. Now, Joe, you must bet at least $800. You can bet more. You have $1,600 and a 4. What's that big bet?
Jim, the 4 burned me the last time. I'm not afraid of it. All 1,600 higher.
That's right. It was a 4 that did you in the
Gotta
last
get back
time.
in the water.
It owes you now.
That's
1,600. Come on, 4. Don't do it again. You say higher.
Higher.
1,600. The whole thing higher than a 4. Hooray! A 7. Oh yeah! That climbing worked out. $3,200 worth.
Thank you. Oh, a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
And you were equal to it. Joe, you're up to $5,800 now.
A lot of spending money.
We'll be right back with a new challenger right after we take time out for this. Way to go, Joe. Well, you finally got that 4 to do right by you.
Oh, that 4 finally did okay.
$5,800 now. You really play the money cards very well.
Well, this time they fell right for me. I hope we can get a little better in this. I hate tiebreakers.
Yeah, but you keep winning them.
That's luck. That's luck.
Well, we're going to meet a new challenger in a moment. Hey, we have a nice time down here in the studio, and I hope some of you will come down. Don't we have a good time? Gee, you know, we were kidding with that, but somehow they got carried away. I almost believe them now. We are going to load up the cards right now, Janice, if you will, with 2 brand new decks. We'll get ready for a new match with a new challenger, and we'll meet right now. Come on out here. Here's our next player, Corinne Newcomer. Hello, Corinne. Nice to meet you. Welcome. You've met Joe? Good. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, I was born and raised in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I've lived here since January. I've been married for 6 months, and my husband's a commercial pilot.
Oh, okay. Is Honolulu as pretty as they say it is?
Oh, yes, it is.
Yes, you miss it?
A little bit, but I like it here.
Good, that's nice. Nice to have you here with us, Corinne. Good luck in the match. Corinne will play the lower cards, the blue cards. Joe, of course, the champion, plays the red cards on the top. And we will start with a question to you, Joe. Again, a best 2 out of 3 match. We asked 100 married women. Which of you was more nervous on your honeymoon, you or your husband? How many women said they were more nervous?
Oh, my goodness. I think that they're both probably very, very nervous. Men are thought to be more nervous, but I'm going to say 45. 45 said that they were nervous.
45. He says 45 out of 100 women said that they were more nervous on the honeymoon. Corinne, higher or lower?
I think it would be a little bit higher. than
Say
that.
higher than that. The actual, you haven't been married too long, have you, Corinne?
No.
The actual number of married women who were more nervous than their husband on their honeymoon is 70. Corinne, it's much higher. Wow. Corinne, we'll take a look at your base card. You have an 8. Now, you can change it.
I would like to change that, please.
Here's the next card. You've got to play this one. It is a 5.
Okay, a little
What do you
bit
got?
better. Okay, I think the next card will be higher.
Higher than a 5. It is a 7.
I don't like it too much, but I think I'll go for it. I think it'll be higher.
You're going to risk it. All right. Higher than a 7. It's a queen. Got away with it. Now what?
Okay, I'm going to go, and I think it'll be lower.
Lower than a queen. It is a 6.
Okay, I'm going to freeze.
Now we'll freeze. Moving that freeze bar over, Corinne needs just 1 card, and you've kept Joe away from his cards. Question to you, Corinne. We polled 100 millionaires across the country and asked them, have you ever bought a woman a mink coat? How many millionaires said they had?
Oh, I think a lot of them would have done that, so
How many?
I think 75 would have
75.
gotten me mink coats.
You say 75. Higher or lower, Joe?
I think it's going to be a little bit lower because they got their money by hanging on to it. I'm going to say lower.
The actual number of millionaires who bought a woman a mink coat is 68. It's lower, Joe. Yeah. Still very generous. Let's hear it for the millionaires. Joe, we'll take a look at your base card. You've got a 2.
I'll go with it. Next card is going to be higher.
Higher than a 2. It is an 8.
I'm going to freeze.
You'll freeze it right there. Joe needs 3 cards. Corinne needs just 1 card. And we will take time out for this commercial message. That is about all the time we have, and Corinne and Joe will be back with us next time. I'll point myself at the right camera, and we'll join you, I hope, on Card Shark. Bye-bye.
A representative of the studio audience will receive Bissell's revolutionary new Century 2 sweeper. Cleans to the wall and round furniture with unique corner brushes. Sweeps all floor surfaces Bissell. And some of our contestants will receive the Hamilton Beach Mini Drip Coffee and Tea Maker. Brews 2 to 4 cups in minutes. Fresh hot coffee only when you want it. Eliminates waste. Hamilton Beach Scoville. And the Jovan collection of aftershave cologne. Exciting musk oil. Mysterious ginseng. Provocative sex appeal and elegant Monsieur Jovan. Wear them all. And West Clocks looks ahead in time. The smartly styled, compact, Big Ben, solid state, LED, digital, AM, FM, instant on clock radio. From West Clocks by Tally Industries. And the True Test Waffle Baker and Grill from True Value Hardware Stores, who combine value and personal service in over 5,000 locations nationwide. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.